The most luxurious Mercedes from the 70s stood in the garage for over 25 years. Another find, this time in Moscow garage, where one of the most luxurious and powerful sedans from the German company Mercedes lurked since the last century. The 450 SEL was brought to Moscow in the early 90s, where it was used for its intended purpose. Then, the car was no longer needed because the owner bought a fresher 140 body and a couple of unnecessary cars he put into the garage. There is another Mercedes at the front, with no less interesting history, but let's talk about it next time. Besides, it's been driving out from time to time. The top model in the Mercedes lineup, which was designed for the most discerning and wealthy customers, estimated cost at 1975 was $45,000. Now, the cheapest S-Class will cost you $100,000, but keep in mind that it will be a 3-liter diesel engine with 249 horsepower and basic configurations. For long parking, they choose not the best place. For many years of waiting, the car began to sink into the ground, and the dampness clearly did its job. The car was first demonstrated at the Geneva Motor Show in 1974, and at that time was not only the most expensive, but also the most innovative in terms of technical solutions. The main emphasis was placed on safety, and it was from this model that they began to install an airbag on the steering wheel. It was here that they were able to implement an analog of the anti-lock braking system. Surprisingly, the state of the cabin raises almost no questions. The steering wheel is a bit moldy, but that's not a big deal considering how long the car has been in a musty room. Incomplete interior is the trouble of most cars, the owners of which are carried away by a new toy and have forgotten about the old one. All 450 SEL models were equipped with a 3-speed automatic transmission with torque converter, but the rest of the trims had the option of a manual transmission. The mileage is not visible, but it is clearly at least 300,000 kilometers, judging by the condition of both the steering wheel and the seats. The luxurious interior, made from the best materials of that time, still looks good. If you have sat in such cars, you probably remembered how high quality the finishing materials were, not like now. The model stood on the assembly line for only 5 years, and at the beginning of 1980s, production was discontinued. In those days, this car was owned by the most famous and popular celebrities, from Catherine Deneuve to Kennedy Jr. Under the hood was an 8-cylinder M117 engine with a capacity of 4.5 liters, a capacity of 286 horsepower, capable of accelerating to 100 km per hour in 8 seconds. It would seem an ideal option for restoration, but this can only be confirmed after a full diagnosis. Would you buy this handsome car for $4,700? Don't forget to subscribe and like it. Thanks for sharing, and bye-bye.